Hello and welcome to today's 9 p.m. daily quiz. I hope all of you are doing good. I welcome you all to today's session where we discuss some of the most important topics in the form of prelims based question answers from the day's newspapers and important articles from different magazines. Today again, we have taken up important topics from the Hindu newspaper, the Indian Express and the Down to Earth. Before I begin, reminding you, if you download my app, you'll be able to find out a lot of different courses that I'm running there. You can check out these courses by downloading my app. The link is in the description of the video, or else alternatively you can go to Google Play Store and type Harshmeet Study Circle and you will be able to find the app. There are courses for PSIR, there is a model book for 101 model essays for the UPSC examination and also the mains answer writing program. Check out those courses. Now let's begin with the first one. Question number 1 is, Mashco Piro recently in the news refers to what? One of the largest uncontacted tribes in the world, one of the world's oldest reptile remains found in Peru, the earliest ancestors of fish, or the largest remains of an aquatic species. Again, Mashco Piro, it was in the news recently, it was covered by the Indian Express newspaper. What exactly is this? If you are giving this session seriously, pause the video, think about the answer and then you can replay the video. The answer here is A. It is a name of one of the largest uncontacted tribes in the world. The experts believe there are about 100 odd tribes in the world that are still uncontacted. When you say uncontacted, means they do not have any contact with the outer world, with the modern world. They are living their own tribal life in between the forest. One of these is the Mashco Piro tribe. They are in the news because recently there was a photograph released by an indigenous rights NGO in Peru, in southeastern Peru. For the people of these tribes are being seen here. There are concerns being raised because a lot of companies have gotten contracts of development nearby this area. The photo shows about 50 of these tribemen on the banks of the river, close to which companies have been given concessions to undertake different types of mineral exploration. It is said that the number of people in this tribe is possibly around more than 750 and they are the largest of such tribes. Next, question number 2. Consider the following statements with regards to maize. Number 1. An estimated 60% goes as feed for poultry, birds and livestock. When it says 60%, it means 60% of India's production. So 60% of India's production of maize goes into feeding of livestock. Second, maize has emerged as livestock for ethanol or feedstock for ethanol that is used for blending with diesel. Third, maize grains have 68 to 72% starch, which has application in textile, paper, pharmaceutical, food and beverage industries. How many of these are correct? Now there is a detailed article in the Indian Express newspaper about the Green Revolution focusing on maize specifically. With that aspect, the first statement is true. It is used mainly to feed the poultry, birds and livestock. Second is wrong. It is used for blending petrol and not diesel. Third statement is also true. They have a very high starch content. About 3/4 of maize is actually made up of starch, which has textiles in which has application in different areas, including these. The answer thus is B. 2 of these are correct, first and the third one. Second one is wrong. This is the big article in the Indian Express newspaper. I would highly suggest you to read it. It is about the maize production in India, how it has tripled, more than tripled rather in the last 2 decades. While our focus mostly is on rice and wheat because that is for human consumption mostly, but maize also has increased considerably in production. Next, question number 3. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Percentage of women MPs in Lok Sabha had been very low between 5 to 10% till 2004. Second, the Trinamool Congress has the highest proportion of women MPs in the current Lok Sabha. And third, Pakistan and Bangladesh have women quotas in their parliament. How many of these are correct? Now there is again an article in the Hindu newspaper this time around, a couple of days back. In fact, they published an article about the dismal representation of women in our houses of parliament and in the state legislature as well. And it has a lot of data. First, second, third, all these are true. Until 2004, the number of women MPs in the Lok Sabha did not even touch 10%. It has gone up above 10% now, but it still is very, very, very low. Right now, amongst all the parties, Trinamool Congress has the largest proportion of women MPs in the Lok Sabha. Third is also true. Interestingly, Bangladesh and Pakistan, both of them have women quotas in their parliament. Do tell me in the comment section, let this be your homework. Do tell me in the comment section, what is the quota that they have for women? How much women or how much quota does exist in the parliament for women of Bangladesh and Pakistan? Do let me know. The answer here is C. All the three here are absolutely correct. This is the article in the Hindu newspaper on political representation of women. It has been published with details about the Women Reservation Bill and also the current status of women representation. Next, question number 4. Which of the following recently introduced the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, CBAM? Pretty easy question. USA, European Union, France and Germany. Which of these recently introduced CBAM? Think about it. The answer here is European Union. It is a kind of a tax that they've introduced. So the idea is when they import something, let's say from China or India, if that thing led to environmental pollution while production in China or India, against that they will impose a tax. They will kind of punish the manufacturer that how dare you pollute the environment while manufacturing this thing, we will impose a tax on you. That's kind of a tax. It's Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. It is being criticized because it is seen to be targeted against a developing world. It is a developing world whose manufacturing activities still pollute environment, and you are targeting them, their products, by making them more expensive. Rather than giving them green technology, rather than investing in them, you are actually putting taxes on them, which is being criticized. That is why carbon tax or carbon border tax of EU is being seen as unfair. Next, question number 5. The demand for the separate state of Bhil Pradesh is being made. This supposed state would have territories from which of the following existing states? Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat or Maharashtra. So for a long time there has been a demand from the tribal community, the Bhil community. They want a separate state called the Bhil Pradesh. And the demand is to take out territory from which of these states? Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan. Think about it. The answer here is D, all 4. While they want most part of Rajasthan to be given to them, they have also demanded that areas in these states wherever the Bhil community resides should also be made a part of what you call as a Bhil Pradesh. The answer here is D. It is not a new demand. It is a demand that has existed for some years now. It is a demand that is again rising because tribal MPs from Rajasthan have advocated again for an independent Bhil state in Western India. So their demand is mostly areas from Rajasthan, but not just Rajasthan. To end the session today, again, there is an important quote that you can use in your essay and ethics papers from Mahatma Gandhi this time. He had said, "What we are doing to the forests of the world is but a minor reflection, or a mirror reflection rather, of what we are doing to ourselves and to one another." So the violence that we are committing against the forest is kind of the same thing that we are doing to one another. This is what Mahatma Gandhi had said. An important, interesting quote that you can use in your essay papers very, very easily. Thank you so much for joining in. This was a session for the day. Do hit the like and the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Jai Hind.